Right guys, so I've been using the Carta 101 on these walls and it's worked a treat. Normally with this high impact finish, it's really hard to get a finish that you're happy with. It takes quite a bit of effort. So I've just been trialing with it, and if you can see, the finish is great. Right guys, I'm going to go through my process of putting the Limelite finishing coat on. I've changed it today by using my Carta 101, and it's made a huge difference to the finish. So I'm going to show you how I do it from start to finish. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put one coat of the finish on now. I've just mixed it up. You have to mix it up twice when you're using the finish. So you mix it and then you leave it for a couple of minutes and then you remix it. So now I'm just going to chuck this wall on here. So the stuff's actually quite sticky to use. I don't know if you can see here, but it kind of slides a bit. But you want to just put a decent coat on because you're only putting the one coat on, and obviously going over a float coat, you want to make sure that you haven't got any high spots from that as well. So make sure that it covers everything. I've put the coat on now, so you can see it. What tends to happen is inside the bucket it'll just keep getting stiffer and stiffer, but don't worry, because when you put it on the wall it does still spread. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my speed skim over this. So I'm going to be using my metal one. I think it works really well. You can use a plastic one if you want, but I think this one works really well. So what I'll do is I'll put a speed skim all over this, and then I'm going to go over it with my Carta 101. Gone over it with my speed skim just to basically get the levels all nice, and then now I'm going to start using the Carta 101 now. So if you can see, it just starts flattening it lovely straight away. It's working really well with the stuff. So what you can see is it's actually starting to smooth it quite soon, because this stuff actually pulls in when you're using it. Using the actual plastic trowel, it's actually helping it get smoother quicker. And obviously because I'm not using a metal trowel, it's not bringing the moisture out, so that's really handy in this situation. Right, I'm just going to trowel the rest of this, and then if I've got any areas that I need to put any more stuff in, that's when I'll be putting the stuff in now. Right guys, so this is where I'm at the moment. So the wall's looking pretty good now, to be fair, after that trowel. I've given everywhere a bit of a tidy, just given it a bit of a brush, especially around by the bricks on this angle here. Now it's just down to giving it a bit of time. I'm going to talk to you why I think the advantages of using the Carta 101 when using this finish. Well, as you can see, so I just put the first coat on, I put it on fairly thick, and then I moved on to using the Carta. It's actually quite heavy to use on this stuff because it's high suction basically, so it does hurt your wrist a little bit more. Might be easier with a smaller one for this maybe, but I've not got one of them. So the reason why I decided to try using the Carta 101 is because the last time I used my plastic trowel just to finish it off, and basically it came up lovely, so I thought I'd give it a whirl today, and it's doing its job really well. It's taking all the stress out of this. So I'm just waiting on this wall now because you've just seen what I've done. So as I said, this is the finish at the moment. It's fairly decent, and that's just with one trowel. Like normally I would just be using a steel trowel, and it leaves marks, I tend to find, until it's the very end. But with this, obviously there's no marks whatsoever, and I know it's flat because I put the speed skim over it, and then I use the trowel basically just to get it smooth. And obviously because this doesn't actually drag all the moisture out, the plastic trowel, it actually keeps it flatter. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this is working today. It's definitely a great trowel for this. See, normally I'd be chucking on that wall over there after I troweled this one flat, just so that I can just keep on rolling with the Limelite, but that wall is not quite ready yet for me to put some stuff on. So I'm gonna wait. Well, I've got two walls that need waiting, so I've got this one over there and that one. I just need to give them a little bit more time, so they're probably going to be put on first thing in the morning. Right, so it's been about half an hour or so now, so I'm going to give it another trial now and see how it goes down. But yeah, this is my next process. So still using the Carta 101, but I'm going to go up and down, and I'm going to go across. So this is looking pretty good now, you can see. So I've made sure all my corners and everything are looking good. Pretty hard to tell in here, but one of the trowel that I am using, which has been really helpful, is my little mini flexible trowel by Ox. That's pretty cool. I'm quite enjoying using that. It's really good for those in-between areas. This is almost there. I'll probably give it a hard trowel a bit later on. Right, so I've just given it a hard trowel now and it's all finished. So that's my process for using the high impact Limelite finish. And I've got to say, it's a nice finish. It's nothing like normal skim at all, this stuff. It's much more of a matte finish. I'm gonna finish this room tomorrow and I'll show you a video of that as well. Right, so that's my method. Hope you found that useful. So one last thing to say is that I know I've used my Carta 101 today, but you can still use your stainless steel. It does work in the same way. You'd probably move to a Superflex instead of the Carta 101, and then probably finish it off with a Plastiflex. That's how I used to do it, but today I've tried it a different way and I've found it to be really, really good, and it's a lot easier as well. So yep, having all the tools does make things easier when you can experiment with them. So I'm really happy with the finish. It's another tick for the Carta 101. Hey guys, so it's the next day. That's still all looking good. I'm just gonna check these two walls on now. So I'll go to my time lapse now. Right guys, so this job's now finished. It's all looking really well. The finish has come lovely. I'm really happy with how it's all gone. Yeah, it's definitely made a massive difference using that trowel. Right, so I'm just gonna go and get rid of all my rubbish now, but yeah, it's definitely made a difference to the finish. Right guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. I drop these videos every Tuesday, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.